What's up everybody, today I'm going to be showing you how to do the elbow level. This is not a very hard move to do, and you can learn this pretty quickly, but you need to have a base form of strength in order to do it. So my recommendation would be to be able to do at least 10 to 15 push-ups and to be able to hold the plank for about 30 to 45 seconds. And if you could do that, then you could do this move. I know there's a bunch of other videos on how to do this move on YouTube, but I'm going to show you how I learned how to do it, and I'm going to teach you how to do it from home. So let's get started. In my opinion, the first thing you should have down is the simple frog stand. So you have your hands flat on the ground, a little bit turned out. Have your legs like this, and you basically want to lean forward, squeeze your legs against your arms, just get off the ground. Try to hold that for about 10 to 15 seconds. So for the next step would be to just get into the position. So what you want to do, as far as your hands go, you want to have them completely out like this. You want to basically like stab your elbows to your sides. So I mean elbows to your sides, and then you lean forward, and that's how you balance. So I'm going to show you. So you want your arms to be about shoulder width apart, and stab your down, basically just stab your sides, and that's it. You basically want to get comfortable doing this. Don't lift your feet off the ground yet. Just get comfortable in this position. Then the other important thing is the hand placement. It's the hand placement. So when you're first doing this, you want your hands to be completely turned out like this. It's going to put a lot less pressure on your wrist when you do it this way. But the more you have your hands turned in, the more it's going to put pressure on your wrist, but it's going to be a little bit easier to balance though. So in my opinion, if you don't have flexible wrist, start out like this. Like so. So. This. And just make sure you just practice this position right here without lifting your feet off the ground. Just get used to this. Okay? Alright, so once you're actually comfortable doing that, now you want to start taking your feet off the ground step by step, just like this. So I'm going to get in position here. So get into the position, then just slowly lift one leg up and switch. And then get used to that. Another progression step you want to try is try doing it elevated. Because when you're elevated, it'll actually feel like you're in the actual elbow level. Let me show you. You want something that's not too elevated, maybe about a foot, something like this. So just want to get in the legs elevated. So your hands turned out, sort of width apart, and just get in the position, just like that. And hold down for a while. So just go through those progression steps, and you're gonna get the elbow level fast. It's really not that hard of a move to do. So with practice and dedication, you'll get it fast. Another way you could get this fast that has really helped me get my elbow level is using resistance bands. So I'm going to show you how I got it fast using that. So if you don't have any, or you're interested in getting some yourself, I'm going to leave a link in the description so you can pick up your own set of them. So in my opinion, you can always use like a pull-up bar to just hang that on and use that. But if you don't have a pull-up bar, you can even just use a door too. So close the door, and you got yourself a then you could use that too. So another way, which is probably not the safest, but I'm going to demonstrate in this video, is you could just use a nail on the wall. So just make sure it's somewhat sturdy, and there you go. You know, it's not that hard to set one up. So if you're going to use a resistance band, my only advice is do not rely on it to do the move. Use it to basically assist you, basically help you get the move down. So don't rely too much on it. So now I'm going to show you an example of how to use the resistance band for the elbow level. So you grab the resistance band, put it around your legs, like so, and then just get it in a position. Just lean forward. It should lift you off the ground. And make sure you can hold that for at least 20 to 30 seconds before you go on to the next step. So the next step would be, if you actually bought a set of them, go smaller on the band. The smaller the band, the more harder it's going to be, but it's going to be closer to you actually doing the elbow level without a band. Then at that point, once you could hold it on that for about 20-30 seconds, then you're ready to actually do it without the band. So just go for it. Make sure you keep everything tight when you do it. And even if you can only do it for like 5 seconds, you know, that's good. You still did it. You know, just keep training, just keep practicing, and you'll be able to hold it for a long time. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's not a hard calisthenics move to learn. I mean, you could definitely learn this in a couple of weeks to maybe a month. And it's a really cool move too, you know, to show off to your friends. And you could go out and do it anywhere. A couple of tips I want to add though is, you know, obviously make sure you're about shoulder width apart. You don't want to go too wide, because it's going to make it a lot harder for you to stab in your side. So you can either go shoulder width, or maybe even go a little bit closer and just play around with that. And also, if you have pretty good flexible wrist, like if you have strong wrist, then you know you could also experiment with like hand placement, you know, like maybe off to the sides, maybe a little bit facing forward, but for beginners, you know, and the easiest, you always want to have them completely toned out, like completely. When you first start doing it, it's definitely going to be a little uncomfortable stabbing your elbows to your sides, but over time, get used to it. This was my first how-to video, so hopefully it turned out okay, and I'm definitely going to make some more tutorials on like calisthenic moves and flips as well. Anyways, before I end the video, I'm going to go ahead and do an elbow level and time myself and see how long I can hold it for. I have never actually like timed it. Curious to see how long I can hold it for. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and time myself on my phone. My goal is to be able to hit between 30 seconds to a minute, so. So that was about 45 seconds. That's my longest. I was aiming for a minute, but I just couldn't hold it anymore. But I still think that's pretty dang good for 45 seconds. Ooh, man, what a workout. Hope you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one.